Hi, I'm Stacey Barr, the Performance Measure Specialist of staceybarr.com. Welcome to Lesson 6 in the 10 Secrets to KPI Success program. What Lesson 6 is about is all the wasted time and effort that's hiding in your performance measurement process. Probably one of the most costly struggles that we have in performance measurement is when measures don't even make it to the decision-making table. Instead, people will argue about how the measure should be calculated and whether the data has enough integrity, or they will attempt to bring the measure to life, but there are multiple versions of it floating around your organisation and no one knows which is the correct one. Or there simply can be not enough resources available to collect the data, to do the analysis, and to bring the measure to life. The root of this costly problem is a lack of discipline in the measure implementation steps in your performance measurement process. I'll take customer loyalty as an example. Exactly how do you calculate that? Is it the retention of your customers, like what percentage of customers you're retaining? Is it how much they spend with you? Is it how much of their total budget for the kind of service you offer that they spend with you as opposed to a competitor? There's a few different ways that we could define that, and therefore a few different ways that we could calculate customer loyalty. So just making the assumption that someone knows the correct way is going to cause a lot of problems in bringing the measure to life. I had this problem a lot back in my days as measurement consultant in the railways. On one hand, I would have the managers saying to me, Stacey, these IT people have no idea what kind of information I need and how to present it to me. On the other hand, the IT people would say to me, these managers have no clue what they want to report. They've got no idea what they're asking us to do. So I was caught in the middle, and I realised by being stuck in the middle that the problem was a lack of definition about exactly how a measure needs to be implemented or brought to life. A really good illustration of this problem is an example from quite a few years ago. A client of mine had 12 different versions of the same KPI. He wanted to measure cycle time, and all his staff measured it for him and gave him different reports every month with cycle time in those reports. The problem was, when he looked at each of the reports, he was getting a different story about cycle time. He was really confused, he didn't know which one to trust. So we did a stock take of each of these, what turned out to be 12 measures of cycle time, and discovered that different people were making different assumptions about how to calculate it, about what data to use, and also about the scope of the measure. What this manager needed was a single version of the truth. He needed one standardized version of his cycle time KPI. And it actually goes beyond just one individual KPI, of course. Every KPI or performance measure is at risk of this problem, of people making assumptions about how to calculate it and making the wrong assumptions. I reckon every organisation needs a corporate performance measure dictionary, and in that dictionary we need specific instructions for how to implement each of the KPIs that are reported in the organisation. Now, in the PUMP methodology, we have a particular way that we do this, a performance measure definition template. We fill out all the appropriate details to make sure there is a single version of the truth for each KPI or performance measure. So I guess you could say that secret number 6 for KPI success, there's a lot of S's in that, isn't there? Secret number 6 for KPI success is this. Even more S's. Assumption is the mother of all bad performance measures. We need a lot more discipline in the implementation steps to bring our measures to life. We need more consistency. Now, your activity for Lesson 6 is to take a look at a few of your KPIs or performance measures and just check, how are they calculated? Are they always calculated consistently? Do people know the right way to calculate them, the right data to draw on to bring those measures to life? When we get together for Lesson 7, we're going to explore why your performance reports may very well be putting people to sleep. And often that's the case because there are 3 very important questions that every performance report should answer, and I very rarely see performance reports succeed at answering those 3 questions.